Hello, hello, happy Tuesday. I have a trailer update today. We went on a wonderful trip to Santa Cruz and I want to share it with you. So let's go. First off, we just wanted to go to the ocean. It's still cold up and snowy up in the mountains, so it's the other way, go the other way. And oh my gosh, we were having some beautiful weather, like fake spring, beautiful weather. And we picked Santa Cruz. We haven't been to Santa Cruz in a while. We usually go north of San Francisco, and Santa Cruz is south of San Francisco. And the place that we like to go is out of season right now. And Santa Cruz is kind of out of season too, but I'll tell you more about that in a minute. We looked and looked and looked online for a place to stay, and we opted for, we were thinking on the beach, and we ended up with this place that just looked really cool. Hubby found it. I wish he was here. Part of the price you pay when you travel and you're self-employed is when you get back, you got to work double time. So he's working. He picked it, and it was like a little bit of the redwood forest just up in the mountains from Santa Cruz. So it's like 15 minutes from the beach, but up in the redwoods. And it just, the pictures online looked wonderful. So we picked it, we booked it, and to get there, it's about 3 hours from our house to go to Santa Cruz if you drive really fast. And we don't. But that means you got to go through the Bay Area, which is very highly congested. Lots and lots of people for a long time. So we went below that and skipped the city altogether and drove through the countryside, which was on the map a half an hour extra, which when you're pulling a trailer, none of those times matter at all, because it just takes longer. You go slower and you don't push it. So it took us probably 5 hours to get there. And no, we didn't stop, for lunch or anything. Well, we stopped for In-N-Out, but we had the dog, so we ate in the car. Anything for Buster. So the drive over was really pretty because we were going through the rolling hills, and there's like a reservoir and, no city at all. It's just all countryside the whole way. And when we got to Santa Cruz, the park on their website said, don't take Highway 9 because it's not suitable for RVs. They followed their directions, and when we did drive Highway 9, we're like, oh my gosh, we would have just died if we'd brought our trailer on that road. It was very curvy, more than any other road. And it had these like cement barriers, like we probably would have wrecked. Luckily, we got there before dark, which is awesome. I hate sitting up in the dark because you just don't know. You don't know what you're doing. And the spot that I had picked online, hubby picked a different one because it was pretty empty. We were able to swap out our sites, and he picked something. And I just want to show you us getting there and setting up a little bit. Everybody has their own way of parking, and I would rather not give directions. So he gives directions and I drive just to the parking spot. And that was a tight one.
Yeah. But
it's perfect. You did perfect.
So did you?
Very tight squeeze. Very tight squeeze.
It's a very tight squeeze, but we're right next to the river.
That's true. Very pretty. So let's set her up. Right by this beautiful river, have these little steps you can walk down right across from our spot. So we're all parked, and hubby is doing the hookups, and all the decorations are in this little ottoman. So I'm gonna pull them out and sort of set up. Put the rugs down, trying to get comfy, but driving over there's nothing out because it'll just fall. before we left, I fixed a dinner and we just brought the leftovers to have on our first night, so we didn't have to think about food the first night. So I heated that up in the little kitchen, and that was super fun. It was really cozy. We were super cozy, full hookups, so we had electricity and, you know, we had everything. And we just kind of slept late and got up and had breakfast and then started going exploring. And we went to Santa Cruz and we just kind of wandered around and had a great day. And later that day, my son and his partner met up with us. They came for just one day and one night and the next day. So we had a lovely dinner, beautiful dinner. And then we went back to our trailer, and then they said, hey, you guys want to play cards? And so they brought cards and came over to our trailer, and, you know, they're adult men. I thought, this is going to be crowded in our tiny little trailer. Not so. Plenty of room. We were sitting around our little dinette set, playing cards and having a great time, and I don't think any of us felt crowded or like we were no room for us. So that was pretty cool. That was very cool. So we got up the next day, and we, again, we just had a leisurely breakfast and went into Santa Cruz and started doing our tourist thing. And they met up with us at the boardwalk. So Santa Cruz is kind of famous for this boardwalk. It's almost like a year-round carnival, except it's off season right now, so it was closed. I don't know if it opens on the weekends. We were there on a weekday, but everything was closed, but you could still walk around it. So I had this idea. When we were young, 1983, we were there, me and hubby, and we took a picture at the boardwalk. And so I told my son, will you take a picture of us in that same spot if we can find it? Of course we found it. So let me just show you a little bit of the boardwalk and then the picture. It's pretty cool. So after we walked around the boardwalk, we went out to the pier and we walked out on the pier, and it was great. We had wonderful lunch and we just got to see the ocean, and there was this lots of seagulls, and there's these seals, and you could see them kind of bunch around together when they got to a certain area. Maybe they're fish or something, but it was just really exciting to watch. So let me just show you a little footage of the pier and the water and the beach and the view. It was amazing.
By the police because
Oh no.
So the guys left and we did some more just kind of driving around the coast. We like to drive. And then we came up to the Redwood area and we drove around there, and there's so many we want to go back because in March there's this open air train that starts back up again for the season, and we want to ride that. It has so many cool things. It has like a rainforest tour, or you could ride all the way to the boardwalk and back. Yeah, I want to do the train ride. There's a big, huge redwood park that we didn't get to explore, lots of hiking. But the camp spot was just so relaxing. We did want to spend time there, but it was too cold. It was nice weather, but too cold to like sit outside, you know? And so we didn't set up a rug or lights or chairs or any of that. We didn't do that. And a few people did, but it was just too cold. So basically we had a late dinner and then just another good night of sleep. We're just so comfy and cozy in this trailer. I love it. And we got up and it was time to get ready. And I want to take you through some of the trailer getting ready process. It's time to go home. We've had fun, but I'm missing home, so I'm ready to go. So I just thought I'd show you where I'm at getting ready. When we first got here and I closed all the curtains, I thought, oh my gosh, I forgot about this window. It needs curtains. So I went over and I was washing something and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's that? I forgot. I got this blinds and have you put them in. So voila, we can close off the entire camper. So hubby's got some of his stuff out. Normally he stashes all of that stuff underneath there. And got some charging going on. Oh, we're almost done with that. Got to clean up after breakfast. And we usually do a his and her side. My stuff on this side and his stuff on that side. So I already put my curtains back. Now I got to do his side. And we have, our food is up here. I swapped it. It used to be pots and pans, but I don't use those as much. So pots and pans and dishes are down here and food stuff is up there. So we just had breakfast. I need to clean up that, take out our garbage. It was weird because I like the plastic bags you get at the grocery store. And here in Santa Cruz, they don't have very many plastic bags. That's the only one I got this whole trip. So all of this needs to get put away and buttoned down. And when I woke up this morning, I stripped the bed and put that in the bathtub. So now all I need to do when I get home is take that load in and wash it. One of my favorite things we put in this trip, is this hook for my hoodies. And that has been so handy. My coat, my hoodies are all on this hook and ready to go. One thing I didn't like is when we woke up this morning, it was really light out this window because these were all down. So I want to put one of these shades right there on this window so we can have darkness in the early hours. So just a little cleanup and we're ready to go. Up and ready to put away the pretties because I realize it's easier to clean up now and not have so much cleanup when I get home. So I've pretty much cleaned everything up. Now I just need to put things away. I need to put those in there and all of that goes in here. And those all go in the ottoman. So we're all ready to go, all cleaned up, swept. What about you, Buster? I packed your bed. Are you ready to go? So I just thought I'd give you a run through of the trailer as we're getting ready. I still need to put the other sink guard up, put that and that and that. All of that gets put down below. And I wanted to show you one thing that was interesting. I wanted to be able to hang up. This was new. Do you like that? And I finally hung this up. I think I've shown that. Found its perfect spot. So all the dirty linens are in there. This gets put under there. And this gets put in the garbage, in the dirty clothes. Look at this. There was no place to hang this broom. And it barely fits right there. But it's out of sight. So I love that backsplash hubby did. And my very crooked towel holder. That's why he hangs everything from now on. Things I want to do maybe in the future is replace this whole thing with a little sink and a better counter. And then maybe some countertop treatments, or if not that, at least a new tabletop treatment, something there. So I think I've already taken you through the bedroom, but let's just go one more time. So pretty outside. So pretty. What a pretty campground out these windows, isn't it? Oh, I'll show you this. These are our dirty clothes bags, a his and hers. There's his, there's hers. And one more time on my beautiful wall treatment. And we're ready to go. Till next time. Now the slide is in. So it's really gives a lot of extra room when it's out. So this is really barely passable, although hubby squeezed through a couple times. But that's what it looks like with the slide in. One thing that was really cool was we were getting ready to go and I was like, darn it, we should have ate lunch because I don't really want to stop and do fast food. It's too hard with the trailer and the dog. And he said, well, why don't you just go fix it in the trailer? I'm like, the slide's in. And then I remembered, hello, that's why I like having two doors. I could go in through the bedroom and go right into the kitchen. So I went in and I made us lunch and it was like really cool, just to be able to just have everything right there. And the drive home was uneventful. It took a long time again, but it's a beautiful drive, and you go through tons of orchards, and something's blooming. I want to say cherries or almonds or something's blooming, and I took a little bit of video of that, so that was pretty cool. And we just had a wonderful time. So I think that's pretty much it, but it's freezing, like almost literally freezing right now. And you might see we've got the ladder, and I don't know if you can see the tarp that we took off. We have to put it back on because tonight is supposed to snow. So we couldn't have timed this better for a trip to go when the weather was so pretty, and right now it's just going to be freezing cold. So like many places, we're on that roller coaster heading through the end of winter and heading towards spring, and you never know what season it is, because it's like spring, then it's winter. So we're going to get some winter, and I'm glad we took that trip. So we're already kind of looking forward to the next one, which we haven't figured out when or where, but we know we'll be going again. And I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit subscribe, and if you want to see some of our past adventures, go look through my playlist. I've got tons of trailer stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.